The first trucks carrying the Johnson & Johnson vaccine shipped out today, giving Americans a third option to protect them against the coronavirus. Immunotherapy scientist Dr. Leo Nissola joins me now. He's also the medical advisor to COVID Act Now and the National Convalescence Plasma Project. Dr. Nissola, Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine is on its way. It's just one shot, doesn't need to be stored in super cold temperatures. Two things that could really help bridge the equity gap when it comes to vaccinating Black and Latino communities, as well as rural areas. What are your thoughts here?
I think it's important for us to address what's going on. Folks that have been dying and more affected by this virus at a greater rate still struggle to have access to the vaccines. And Vice President Kamala Harris tried to address this this week by making sure that she talked to these communities. And I think we should talk to them in a way that they understand. They also understand how the J&J vaccines is built. It's built from a virus that causes the common cold, known as adenovirus. Adenoviruses are a family of viruses that have dozens, maybe hundreds of members. Most of them cause symptoms of a mild common cold only. And I think addressing the issues start by educating people on not only the safety of these vaccines, but also how they are built. And in case of the J&J's vaccine, this vaccine is built in a way that is equivalent of a technical school for your immune system. You see, adenovirus vectored vaccines are a little bit different technology than the mRNA-based vaccines. But just like the mRNA vaccines, the main idea here is to get the genetic material that encodes SARS-CoV-2 genes into your cells and getting your cells to react to these virus proteins. The difference is how they do this. Adenovirus vectored vaccines uses the virus to act as a Trojan horse. But instead of hiding Greek soldiers or anything dangerous, this adenovirus vectored vaccines releases genes that encodes SARS-CoV-2 protein. So scientists have developed a way to use these strains of these adenoviruses that do not cause the disease as a way of delivery system for these vaccines. So we're using one virus to deliver the vaccine against another virus, and that's pretty cool stuff.
It is pretty cool stuff. Let me ask you this. Many eligible Americans are still having trouble getting their COVID shot. Here's Jeff Zients from the COVID task force on that issue today. I'll ask you a question on the other side.
I think scheduling an appointment is too difficult and remains too difficult in too many places. You know, in some states or in some locales, things have gotten better. The pharmacy systems are often better at scheduling in appointments, but overall, too many Americans are suffering frustration, taking up way too much time to schedule an appointment.
A third shot may help here, but what else would you like to see the federal government do to make it easier for Americans to get vaccinated?
I think a standardized response has worked in many developing countries, especially when trying to vaccinate everyone. We're trying to vaccinate here at least 70% of the population. And it's important to notice how robust of a challenge that is. Without a standardized vaccination platform and a digital platform that is public-facing, states and counties are left with the targeted measures of attempting to throw this problem into pharmacies and into counties that sometimes don't even have the capability of developing those such platforms. So I think it's important to not only create a digital vaccination platform that is public-facing for everyone in the United States, but also to make sure that people at home understand how to get those vaccine appointments. It's still very difficult to find for many counties.
AstraZeneca and Novavax also have vaccines that are not yet approved for use in the U.S., but they could be at some point. In your medical opinion, do we need more vaccine options here or simply more available vaccines?
I think we need to understand this pandemic for what it is. It's a global event. So we're going to need eventually at least 70% of the world population to develop immunity against this virus so we can ease on safety precautions and we can ease on travel restrictions. Now, having more players coming into the market and making themselves available, like Novavax, will certainly help us achieve that goal. You see, we may have enough vaccines with the players already for the United States, but again, for countries that are still struggling with outbreaks, this is going to be a game changer too.
All right, Dr. Nissola, thank you so much for joining us on News Now. We hope you'll come back.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.